Hello, welcome to a new story in the Better Than Before channel. Today, we want to take a different look at issues. Beliefs and religions are very diverse worldwide, and the choice of religion largely depends on a person's geography. For example, if you're born in Asian countries, you're likely to choose Islam, while if you're born in European countries, you might adhere to Christianity. However, specific circumstances can lead to changes in this matter, and nevertheless, our biases shouldn't hinder our understanding of realities. Many people have strong biases towards their religion. Interestingly, no matter how someone argues that their religion and beliefs are correct, we don't have a stake in whether they're right or wrong. Rather, we want to have other discussion on the matter. However, you're asked to set aside your bias and look at issues with a more open mind. It doesn't matter which religion or belief system you adhere to. Because looking at anything with bias prevents us from having a proper understanding of the information. When we set aside our bias and proceed with reason and logic, we gain interesting and engaging insights. Have you ever noticed how every major religion questions and criticizes other religions? Perhaps until now my words have been a bit of confusing for you, but from now on you'll understand that I'm aimed to discuss. Most religious leaders have always sought differences between religions, looking for ways to dismantle them. But why hasn't anyone looked for similarities between religions? Because differences always lead to divisions, and with more divisions, better control can be achieved. One of the things bias can do to us is to silence our eyes, ears, and minds to what's happening because we are so biased towards one thing or another. This makes us overlook many things. Bias can even be on an individual level. But if we are too biased towards an individual and listen unquestioningly to everything they say, one wrong decision by that person can challenge us. It's good to have everything in moderation. Anything that goes beyond our limits can harm us. Basically, if you look at all the religions that have existed until today with an open mind, you can benefit from the shapes, behaviors, and speeches mentioned in those religions. Basically, if you look at all the religions that have existed until today with an open mind, you can benefit from the shapes, behaviors, and speeches mentioned in those religions. Get inspired by the activities and deeds performed in each religion. Today, I want to highlight some similarities between Buddhism and Christianity for you. Number 1. Reflection and meditation. Both religions emphasize that reflection and meditation are fundamental for achieving peace and mental clarity. In Buddhism, meditation is used as a primary tool for controlling the mind and achieving peace. In Christianity, meditation and the speakers are connecting with God through prayer, and meditation is emphasized to strengthen spiritual connection. Number 2. Importance of love and forgiveness. Both religions emphasize that love and forgiveness are among the fundamental principles of a spiritual life. In Christianity, love for neighbors and even love for enemies is emphasized. In Buddhism, the concept of compassion and loving kindness towards others, metta, is very important, and Buddhists act under the influence of this principle. Number 3. Emphasize on justice and ethics. Both religions attach great importance to justice and ethics. In Christianity, the concept of gospel justice and ethics addresses social and individual issues. In Buddhism, ethics such as the Noble Eightfold Path and the Five Precepts are emphasized for achieving a happy and spiritual life. Number 4. Emphasize on the poor and needy. Both religions, especially in the teaching of their founders, emphasize helping and supporting the poor and needy. Christianity emphasizes that God attaches great importance to helping the poor and needy and advises believers to help them. Buddhism also emphasizes that caring for the poor and needy and helping them is essential for achieving the fullest possible existence. Number 5. Contemplation on the meaning and purpose of life. Both religions emphasize the meaning and purpose of life and encourage people to search for them. In Christianity, faith in God's love and service to Him is considered the primary purpose of life. In Buddhism, the purpose of life is to attain spiritual powers and mental enlightenment and ultimately achieve a strong and aware state. Number 6. Emphasize on tolerance and peace. Both religions emphasize tolerance and peace in society. Christianity emphasizes the concept of loving enemies and encourages Christians to normalize tolerance and peace in all their relationships. Buddhism also emphasizes that tolerance and peace are important for creating stable and happy communities, and they should be embodied in daily life. In summary, it's true that everyone finds their own path, and paths can be different, with significant variations along the way. But the destination is the same, and we shouldn't mock each other for the differences in our paths. Rather, we should respect each other's differences and understand the similarities. There are many similarities that we could discuss in relation to this, but the bottom line is that humanity is above all. It's better to set aside differences and approach each other with open minds. Humanity is always important, no matter what religions you follow. But if you lack humanity, you won't understand anything. It's better to set aside the frameworks imposed on us and seek information. Now, whether you're Christian, Wahhabi, Muslim, or Buddhist, it doesn't matter. There are many similarities in all religions that point to one thing: directly or indirectly, humanity. Now that these religious figures have given us conditions and words to think about, let's think for ourselves if their words are entirely correct. Let's take a moment to think about when we look at all religions. In all religions, individuals have created an income for themselves in their own way. It doesn't matter what pain or topic you have. All they want is for you to follow their laws, to be the gods they've created, and not to disrupt their income cycle. If you step beyond their framework, you'll be a sinner, and they always talk about these things and create unnecessary fear for you to stay within their boundaries and be under their control. It's better to be vigilant, rational, and more logical when looking at stories. Perhaps life isn't much more than a game, and we won't play another round of this game. So, play in a way that you both enjoy and understand the game. Don't let others make your thoughts for you. Seek, find, and solve them self, picking from the framework they're created for you, so that you won't understand anything. I am saying if you stay within this framework. Talking is always for the sake of talking, but acting on it's important. What's the use of talking for hours and bringing reasons and logic if we want to teach you something, but you won't benefit from it yourself? The final remark: as long as you stay within this framework, you won't understand anything.